So I came to Ottawa to talk about Canada's policy on climate change. Globally, Canada is not a very large emitter of carbon dioxide. We emit only about 1/10 of the United States. The two countries of the world that have the largest emissions in greenhouse gases are China and the US. However, on a per capita basis, that is one citizen, one person, Canada and the US have the highest emissions in the world. So we do have something to do. So I'm talking about the emissions of Canada as if Canada was a whole, but the different provinces have different emissions. The reason why we talk of Canadian emission is because internationally it's Canada that is taking the stand and deciding on emissions reduction target. So not only does emission differ by provinces, emissions also differ by sector. And we can see that in Canada, the two most important sectors of emissions are transport and oil production. So to face the problem of climate change, the countries of the world have decided to cooperate in the context of an international treaty that we know as the Framework Convention of Climate Change. And Canada is a part of this convention. It's important to know that in 2015, the countries will have to clearly adopt emissions reduction target that will measure the ambition they have to cope or deal with climate change. Canada and the US are the least ambitious in their target. Why am I saying that Canada's ambition for reduction is very low? Well, to set out an emission reduction target, country needs to compare themselves to a base year. And when the countries negotiated the Protocol of Kyoto, 1990 was considered as the base year. During the negotiation of Kyoto, Canada agreed to reduce its emission of 6% from the 1990 base year, and this is represented here by the red line. Under the current scenario of reduction for Canada, Canada chose to replace 1990 by 2005, and you can see from this graph that the emissions in 2005 were much higher than in 1990. The current emissions reduction target for Canada, as shown in this graph, is not only higher than the original ambition for the reduction under Kyoto, it's even higher than the base year of 1990. Europe, on the other hand, is really leading the way of trying to resolve climate change. So North America is separating itself from the other developed countries because Japan, New Zealand, and Australia have also decided that it's important to try and control climate change. So the million-dollar question is what should be done, what can be done? And that is what we will explore in the next series of videos. Those videos have been done or are being done with my alumni. So I hope you will enjoy them.